What's up, everybody? I still can't believe I'm doing this. For anybody that knows me, this is absolutely crazy and it's so out of my comfort zone. But my name is Randy Bains and I'm here to make $1,000,000. Just wanted to do a quick trade recap for my day. It's my first day back at the desk since the ASFX Dallas Bootcamp. And it was a nice day. I had one long, caught it, one and done. So just thought I'd go over it with you and share my trade idea and get some comments and see what everybody thinks. So basically I had one long. It shows two trades. I will explain what this shows after, but it was one trade. It's $400. This is my DRC. I fill this out every day. It's part of my TradeZilla and part of the BSC, the program that I trade in. I have a pre-trading routine, drink my 750 mils of water, do my mental priming and some breath work, electrolytes, cold shower, and I get to the desk and check for key levels and check for news. Something that's key for me. I have to make sure I check off everything on this pre-trading routine or I'm not trading. So basically, I took one long trade. It was 10 micros. It was a bounce off a New York VWAP. I was liking what NQ was doing at that time and showed some strength. So I got into this long trade on ES. My trade management wasn't the best. I rated myself a 7 out of 10, something I'll go over later. I had a fat finger mistake and I closed the trade early in profit, but I was a little nervous being back at the desk after 6 days of not trading and wanting to implement everything I had learned at the Dallas Bootcamp into my trading. So I was a little nervous. We got to a little point where price looked to stall. It was having a hard time taking a level. So, I had my finger on the mouse waiting to maybe do I close, do I not close? I ended up closing by accident. Luckily, I took a minute to reset, where normally I would have just clicked buy back in. I reset for a sec. I waited for price to take that level. And as it did, I got back into the trade. The reason I gave myself such a high score for having a fat finger mistake is that I was able to close my trade at the original TP and not hold on for those 2 points that I had lost making that mistake, which would have caused me a lot more pain because price just pushed up a little bit more, came back down. I would have sold it even lower. And yeah, I'm just happy I stuck to my original TP and I didn't get greedy or FOMO and closed the trade where I should have closed it if I was in it from the get-go. But here, let's get into it. So this was the trade. Everything looked good. This is pre-market. This is a 15-minute chart. Price has been above the daily the whole time. It's just pushing higher. As we come into the New York Open, we get this big push up. Normally, I would have been induced here on this first bounce of the New York VWAP and the first break of the opening range high. This is a trade that I've taken in the past, and now that I look back, 7 times out of 10, it doesn't work. We get the first break of the opening range high, and price will pull back down and either take out the bottom of the opening range or pull back to the New York VWAP, where I could look for a better entry price if I was to take that trade. So now this is where being patient came in, and it's one of the things I took away from the Dallas Bootcamp. So now I had to wait, since price has gotten so high and we've made a new high day, I got to wait for some sort of pullback before I get in. I didn't get in till 11 a.m. Eastern time, as price made a new high of day and it eventually pulls back to the New York VWAP, which another trader I traded with, Thomas, made a great point about. When we have the New York VWAP above the opening range high, it's telling us that the buyers are in control and the buyers are strong. So 5 minutes prior to me entering the trade, NQ had already bounced off its New York VWAP and was showing strength. So I used that as another confluence and didn't wait for the break of the high a day. I decided to get in now. As price broke the high a day, it pulled back down to the New York VWAP. There were a few people in our group that decided to close the trade here. I knew unless we took this with some selling force after this strong push down that I would look to get out of the trade even before hitting my full stop at 6.5 points, probably at the opening range high. Price held on, pushed higher. As we got to this 61.25 level, this is where price had prior rejected off of. And as we got back up here, I was watching on Bookmap. The sellers kept piling on the orders and the buyers just couldn't take it. So I was had my finger on the mouse waiting to close the trade, thinking, this is going to go either way. I'm a little nervous. I haven't been at the desk for a few days. and I accidentally closed the trade. So the old me, I would have immediately got back in the trade. But now since I closed it, I had to reset. I waited for another whole candle to print. As the next candle prints, it takes the 61.25 level. So I'm back in the trade now. I'm confident that my original thesis is going to play out. I'm looking for a first break of the IB high and then some extension after that. There's an edgeful stat that tells us that you get a 0.2% extension after the first break of the IB high. For me, I had a 10-point TP set. That was what I was looking for. And I ended up closing the trade here, even though I lost 2 points on that mistake that I made closing it down here. I would have held on in the past. I would have making a new high of day. I wouldn't have closed it here, and I would have closed it somewhere on this candle back down, and I would have lost even more. So for me, I was quite proud of myself and quite happy that I stayed disciplined and I stuck to my original plan, even though I had made that mistake. So I hit my original TP, decided to close here. I was up $400 in an XFA, and I was also copy trading the 2 combines, so up 400 in those. So, you know, overall, just a great day. One and done. Locked the accounts out, and that was it. I knew at this much extension with the price this high up here, I was not interested in looking for longs until we had a significant pullback. So yeah, that's basically my day. First day back at the desk. Nice green day, solid day. Looking forward to many more of those. And yeah, if you have any questions, please comment and give me some feedback. I'm super interested, and enjoy your day.